We have a major food waste problem in this country. 30% of the food we produce ends up in the landfill while it's still perfectly good to eat. So we work day in and day out to make sure that food ends up in hungry bellies rather than in the landfill.
That's Will Dittmar, Executive Director for ExtraFood in San Francisco, California. From Family Radio Community Bridge, I'm Carmen Shantz.
Our food donors are really a wide variety of partners. So it can be grocery stores, farmers markets, community gardens and farms, restaurants, hospitals. If you are generating excess food, you can be a partner.
When you pick up the food, where does it go?
It goes to nonprofit organizations, over 300 in the Bay Area, that will then distribute them directly to residents. And that direct distribution can be in the form of food pantry model, where they're taking the product and ingredients and sharing them with families and individuals. It can also be sent to a nonprofit kitchen that is turning those products directly into meals to serve their residents.
How do you pick up this food? That's a lot of food to pick up every day.
It is. It is a large network of volunteers, over 500 that are actively going to stores, farmers markets, those partners I mentioned, and then dropping off directly at the nonprofit organizations. And then it's also our drivers. We have 6 drivers that are day in and day out going to our largest food donors and picking up pallets of produce or meat and deli and then distributing it.
How great is food insecurity in the Bay Area?
So 1 in 4 people in the areas that we serve are food insecure, which means that they are at risk of not knowing where their next meal will come from. That number gets worse when you break it out by various populations. So 1 in 3 seniors, which is the most rapidly rising demographic in our area, are at risk of food insecurity, and 1 in 3 children as well.
What are some of the ways that you utilize volunteers?
You can sign up and really join our cause in a way that works for you and your schedule. So you can sign up for trips and make them without being tied to a specific date and time. It's up to you when you participate. We also have volunteers that are what we call glean leads. They will, with a team, go and glean product from community gardens or farms or even backyards in some cases. And then we have volunteers that actively participate in educating our community on sustainability practices and food waste prevention, both at home and then at the community at large. So they're helping us table, phone calls, share information. And then we have volunteers that have some really incredible professional capacities. So they'll lean in to help us with marketing or grant writing and things of that nature. When you provide food or a meal to those who are at risk of going hungry, you do more than just help fulfill one of the basic needs we all have. You also alleviate the cost burden that is associated with food, which means that there is more money in that person's pocket to pay their rent or utilities, to make sure that they don't have to choose between medicine and making sure that they eat every day, that they can put presents under the Christmas tree at the holidays, or make sure their kids have the supplies they need to go back to school and are ready to learn. So food isn't just about nourishment, although nourishment is critically important. It is about the ecosystem of all of us. And the way that we go about providing food is also adding a benefit to each and every one of us and making sure that, again, that 30% of food that's wasted isn't ending up in the landfill.
And Will, as we wrap up, what final message would you like to leave us with? Our guest today has been Will Dittmar with ExtraFood in San Francisco. To learn more, visit their website at ExtraFood.org. And if you're a listener outside of the Bay Area, you can do a quick Google search to find opportunities for food support in your city. From KEAR San Francisco, I'm Carmen Shantz with Family Radio Community Bridge.
Thank you for listening to Community Bridge, a presentation of Family Radio. For information about this or other programming on Family Radio, call 800-543-1495. That's 800 543-1495. Whatever you do in word or deed, do in the name of the Lord Jesus.